the albergue this morning, and I really didn't get much information about this split. And in fact, on my Far Out app, it doesn't even indicate it. So it'll be interesting to see what the signs say on the trail, if it points out to what direction I might be going. So looks like they're serving breakfast here. Maybe I should get a little breakfast. Okay, yeah, so I did come across some signage that pointed in two different directions. Has my Far Out ad only gave me one option, and that's the one I ultimately decided to go with. But it's a little ambiguous because of the signage, or at least the person I was talking to said that one route you would go up over the mountain. It would be a shorter hike. The other option would be to I guess going around the mountain, but it's adds some extra distance, some few extra kilometers, but said there were more places to stop. Now that actually is contrary to the charts that I was looking at that showed the two different routes. And the one that went up over was actually, it looked like it was saying that was actually the longer route. So I was thinking, well, it went up and there must be some attractions, some views or something up there. So I don't know. I do know that I'm taking the longer route. Whether that's the one that increases in elevation or not, I'm not sure. But since this was the only route that was indicated on my Far Out app, I felt like that was enough to sway me to go this direction. So there you go. That was my decision this morning. Okay, I'm once again walking all by myself, and time for another little Camino reflection, I guess. What has my experience on the Camino taught me so far? I was thinking about that last night, especially after I had my dinner, and I think one of the things maybe I've learned on the Camino is that there's no rush, there's no hurry. And you can actually suck in a little bit more of life by slowing down a little bit. Everywhere I go into a market to get a little something, or go into a restaurant to order something, and the people there are not rude, but I mean, in the United States, we're kind of accustomed to this speedy service. As soon as you walk in the door, you're greeted, and can I help you, and what can I do for you, and get you in and get you out. And especially since, like in a restaurant, I know one of the things I did working my way through college was waiting tables, and in the United States, it's all about tipping. And if you want to make good money as a waiter, you got to turn those tables lower. So get those people seated, get their food out to them, get their check to them, and get them in and out so you can get another table there to for another potential tip. And so everything in the States is rush. But here, like I said, I'll walk in someplace, and it might seem for an American like, oh, you're just being ignored, and it's kind of rude. But no, it's just that people are a lot more laid back. And even last night at dinner, something that doesn't happen in the States is, wine. A lot of the times you sort of got a choice of different sort of courses, but there's this sort of like this general guideline, and then it'll come with, you can either have water, wine, or something else, but it's wine is the beverage of choice. And when you order my vino tinto, a lot of the time they simply bring you a bottle, and you've ordered a bottle of wine, and you drink from it as you please. And that's the way it was last night. So I just sat there and casually you know, ate my dinner. My salad came, and I ate it casually, and I finished it, and they weren't rushing there right away to take the plate away and get me my next course. You know, when I finished my salad, I just, you know, leaned back, you know, looked and had a little conversation with somebody sitting next to me. I think he might have been German, and relaxed. And, you know, in the States, you know, that dinner, maybe 20 minutes at the most, you know, would have been done. I think I probably sat there over an hour, and it was no big deal. And yeah, and I felt like I'd had a meal, and it was the meal itself was an experience. So yeah, there's no rush. You know, the other day, you know, in my last reflection, when I was talking about seeing the little whirlpool at the end of the tunnel, which would suggest that I might have a sense of urgency of some sort, because you know, the clock is ticking. But if I really want to experience the most of the time I have left, I think, you know, it makes sense to just slow it down a little bit. It looks like it's an old town that may no longer be inhabited. Very interesting. It's like a little ghost town. It was a really nice place at one point. You know, the water right here, I'm wondering if possibly they might have had some flooding issues. But I see no signs of any habitation. Very interesting. Church. Okay. Now there's a car. Somebody's somewhere. Well, here's a garden that's being tended to, and I see some clothes out on a line, so this town is not abandoned. There's just no sign of, well, signs of life, but I haven't actually seen anyone living here. So, but looks like I'm leaving. So that was an interesting little venture through a little quasi ghost town. Okay, yeah, even the trail is kind of dicey going through here. In fact, maybe I'm off trail. I better stop and check my GPS. But this has to be it, I think. Maybe not. I better check my GPS. But this little kind of ghost town is, especially as the trail starts looking like this, I start thinking of deliverance. So I better check out where I am. Okay, it keeps getting a little weirder and weirder as I spot a cemetery now. Yeah. And I think maybe I'm supposed to go through there. Ooh, let's see. Okay, so I just walked through, I think it's my fourth or fifth little town this morning that didn't seem to offer any kind of options for food or drink or any kind of accommodation for the pilgrims. So that's interesting. And I've been walking, let's see, I would say maybe 7 or 8 kilometers already today. and haven't really seen any place to get any breakfast, a cup of coffee, or anything like that. So, all right, it looks like I may be approaching another town, and I really hope there's some place here I can get a little breakfast, at least a cup of coffee or something, and a banana would be nice. Eggs and bacon would be even nicer, but you know, this looks like another one of those towns that are not going to be so accommodating. But let's see what's around the corner here. Yeah, it looks like not much of anything. Oh well, I'll get some breakfast eventually, I hope. Okay, looks like I've reached the town of Samos, and it looks like, yeah, they got a big church down there. So I got a feeling I have found my breakfast.
Hola, hola, buenos días. Okay. Mire, ya apartamos ahí, se nos ha pasado. Bueno, a ver si pasa.
Okay, as I'm hiking along today, I just realized today is the 4th of July. It's Independence Day for the United States. So yeah, happy 4th of July. The fireworks will be going off today back in the States. So I'll be missing that celebration, but rest assured I'm having a good time right here doing what I'm doing. But talking about the United States, well, you know, one of the nice things about just leaving the United States, coming out here on the Camino and getting away from things is really, it's been kind of nice getting away from all the political rhetoric and the you know, really negative discourse has taken place in the United States over the last several years now, unfortunately. It's been nice getting away from that, but you never really get away from all of that stuff. Oh, I think it's probably been like at least a week, if not two, since I was waiting outside trying to get into a cafe that wasn't quite open yet. And there was a guy that had pulled up in a truck to do some deliveries. He told me that they were going to be opening in 10 minutes or something or other, and then asked me where I was from. And I told him I was from the United States. And then he looked at me and he asked me, does the devil live in the United States? And I, you know, how do you answer that question? So I paused for a minute and I just sort of replied, well, sometimes. Has the devil never visited Spain? And that's all I said. But yeah, it's been nice not having to talk politics, and you know, even some of the people that I've met along the way, and even can say are now my friends. You know, we never really got into any kind of details, and I suspect that, you know, maybe some of the people that I've met, you know, may back in the States sway a different political direction than I do, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're bad people, you know, and in fact they're without a doubt some really nice, good people that I've enjoyed spending time with. You know, I have no idea, you know, if I have actually been having any kind of conversations with people that in the United States we might have differences, political differences, but you know, it could be, and it's just been kind of nice being away from all that, and you know, maybe that's something else, you know, that maybe I, you know, would be a good lesson from the Camino, is that you know, we can have civil discourse, and you can disagree with people that are good friends, and have respect for one another. So yeah, there's another little reflection. So this, by the way, is a 360-degree camera. So I put this out and I can point it anywhere I want. So. Okay, so it looks like I'm entering my destination town. And I've been walking, gosh, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours with some other people here. Do you want to say hi to my vlogs?
Buen Camino.
So, yeah, this is a mother and daughter from Colorado, and made the latter part of my trip today a lot more pleasant, someone to talk to. So, there we go. Off over there, I think, is where I'll be spending the night.